Some of the best meals we've ever had were in places most tourists walk right past. Today we're going to show you exactly how we find great local food anywhere in the world without wasting time or money on tourist traps.
If you've ever ended up in an overpriced, mediocre restaurant just because it was convenient, you're not alone. It happens to almost everyone when they travel. We've learned how to avoid that and consistently find places where locals actually eat. All right, let's get into what works.
I'm also a Yelp elite, so I take restaurant research pretty seriously. And over time, we've developed a system that works almost anywhere. The first rule is simple. Don't eat right next to a major tourist landmark. If a restaurant is directly facing a famous site, a plaza, a landmark, a major attraction, it's usually built for volume, not quality. Instead, walk just 2 to 4 blocks away. That small shift alone dramatically improves your odds.
We use a combination of tools, but how you use them matters. We typically check resources like Ellen mentioned, Yelp, but also Google Maps, TripAdvisor, and YouTube, and others. But we don't just look at the star ratings. That's where most people go wrong.
On Yelp, I look for the kind of detailed reviews and real photos, like I post, especially from people who have posted a lot of reviews. If someone's only posted 1 or 2 reviews, I don't trust it. Domestically, we've also used Yelp to make reservations. And for some restaurants that don't take reservations, you can use Yelp to check in and join the queue for a table.
We also use Google Maps to scan what's nearby and to see whether we're comfortable in the neighborhood and how to get there. Yelp isn't as widespread overseas as it is here, so Google Maps is a great tool to know about for use in Europe and a lot of Latin America.
Neither Yelp nor Google Maps were big in Asia. There we found that TripAdvisor and the Michelin app can be very helpful. Of course, there are many local apps in Asian countries. We just had difficulty finding them in English.
And of course, here on YouTube, you can search things like best restaurants in fill in the blank, whatever city you're going to, or where locals eat in that city. What we're looking for is simple: real footage from either vloggers we trust or local independent media sources or similar. And we also want to know the overall vibe of the place.
And one key rule is we never just rely on one source. We cross-check, and when multiple signals line up, that's usually a sweet spot and a good bet for us.
One of the most reliable indicators is who's actually eating in the restaurant. Look for folks who are speaking the local language, and definitely look for hawkers, not because that's where you want to be, but that's where you don't want to be. If the place is full of locals and there's even a short wait, so you can't just walk in, you have to wait a few minutes because it's a popular place and it's busy, that's usually a very good sign.
Another big clue is the menu. If it's 10 pages long with everything from pizza to sushi to burgers, it's probably not great. Restaurants that specialize in one cuisine and do it well, that tends to be much better.
We also pay attention to timing. Eating slightly earlier or slightly later than the peak times makes it easier to get a table, have a better experience, and probably have better service. If a place is busy outside of peak times, that's another strong sign that it's really good.
Don't just ask, where should we eat? That usually gets generic answers. Instead, ask locals, where do you go when you want a really good meal? Or where do you go when you want pizza? Where do you go when you want X? That small shift usually gets a much better recommendation.
And finally, trust your instincts. If a place feels like a tourist trap, it probably is. If it feels authentic, relaxed, is a little off the beaten path, that's usually where you want to go.
Using this approach, we found incredible meals all over the world, from small neighborhood places to places that we still talk about years later.
And the best part, if you need a reservation, you can frequently make it online before you travel, which is especially helpful when you don't speak the language.
If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe to our channel for more travel, home, and lifestyle tips. Better living starts now. See you next time.